What's happening, everybody? Welcome to our very first live stream. We're going to go ahead and get started right now. Absolutely ecstatic at the amount of people that are in this chat already. I tell you, leading up to this, I was a little nervous, and I'm still a little nervous, actually. But I was really hoping that I had 20 people here. So just like the other live streams, if you've got a question for me tonight, put a Q in front of your comment. I've got my daughter Taylor here next to me.
Hi, everyone.
There she is. And she's going to be kind of helping me moderate and helping me identify some of the questions. So the chat's probably going to get away from me, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to catch up with everything. But cheers, everyone. Welcome to the live stream, and I'm glad you all are here. Cheers. Oh, and there's Mr. Scheid with the big old super chat. First super chat. Yes, it is. Woo! Thank you, Don. I tell you what, I really appreciate that, and I don't expect anybody to do that for me on this channel, but of course we certainly appreciate it. And I haven't even given any thought to what I'm going to do, but I'm going to definitely keep that in a fund for something coming up soon. So if Taylor sees a question, she's going to chime in here and let me know who's asking what. And everybody's feeding the pot. There's Senior Firewood Homestead, Larry Hoddle. He's always with me on the channel here, and I certainly appreciate that. I know he commented on my video from yesterday and said that it's about time for a tractor. So, wow, they keep on coming. There's Chuck, Devin Chuck, over at Iron Oak Sawmill. He says, let's get this started. Howdy, Brad, and congrats on the first year. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it's been overwhelming. So it's exciting, and I certainly appreciate everyone. So here's a question. Wish it was set to landscape. I do too. I had it set to landscape, I thought, originally. So it didn't work out, and you saw me have to turn the phone there before we started. So I apologize for that, but this is the first one, so a little bit of growing pains, and I will work that out, even if I got to get a hold of Dan over there, who's the man on these live streams, and he can try to work that out for me. I don't know what happened because I had it set up sideways when I started the stream, but I had to end up having to move it. Saw another question back here. Let's see. Can we find out what the bourbon is that you're enjoying? Will Davidson, yes, sir. So tonight I am sipping on Yellowstone. Now, a lot of people think this Yellowstone is from because of the TV show, which in my opinion is the best TV show on right now. But this is a store pick, so it's got Rip on the back. If you're a fan of the show, you know who Rip is, and the label says there's sharks and minnows in this world. If you don't know which one you are, you ain't a shark. That's the truth. That's a good show, and this is a good bourbon. This is a cheap bourbon, $30 around here. So that's a good bourbon, and that's what I'm sipping on tonight. So cheers. We've got a lot of giveaways to do tonight. I was really hoping that we had enough people here to give away all the prizes, but I've got like 15 prizes laid out on the table here behind me, and so we're going to give some stuff away, some stuff you've seen before, some stuff you haven't. I just missed a question from Stan Nelson. How long will the beard get? The beard's going to get as long as my genetics will let me get it. My plan always was to look like Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top when I retired, and so we're on that path. Circle B, great channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that, and cheers to you. Thank you. I know I'm probably not keeping up with the chat here, but if I miss a question, just keep putting it back in there. I don't mind. And if Taylor sees something that I missed, she's going to tell me, right?
Yep.
Okay. Congrats on the 1-year anniversary of the channel. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. So let's get to our first giveaway. And since we were just talking about the bourbon, I feel it's appropriate to unveil one of the very one of the new prizes that we're going to give away tonight. You might be wondering why I'm not sipping out of my Glencairn, but this is why, because this is one of the prizes. It's a Firewood at the Furnace Rocks glass, established in 2020. So something good came out of 2020. Firewood at the Furnace. So you're going to get a brand new glass if you can win this prize. And the way we're going to do the prizes tonight is Taylor and I have come up with a list of questions, kind of trivia. And if you can give me the answer to the question, and you're the first one that come through the comments, you will win the prize. So the comments or the questions will deal with things that you should know if you watch the channel. They're not super difficult, but they're not super easy. So if you've been following along with the channel, you keep up with the channel, some of these questions are going to be no problems. Oh my goodness, look at Joe's Firewood videos. Joe Barney, I tell you what, let's go Brandon. I apologize to you Biden voters, including the 20 million dead ones. Well, I tell you what, I don't think there's much argument for that. Like I said, if you watched Back 40s Beyond the Stack with me, I try not to get politics involved on this channel because there's enough of that elsewhere. So I have my strong beliefs and I certainly have my opinions, but I try to keep politics off the channel just so everybody can be entertained.
We have 2 questions.
We have 2 questions. Outside with Shive says, Brad, you have done so well. What's your goals for next year for firewood sales? I'm hoping to sell between 40 and 50 cords next year, and I'm hoping to get my bundles into a couple convenience stores. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. I mentioned in a video a couple weeks ago that I hope that I can eventually get a mechanized bundler because I want to get into some stores, and that'll make things a lot easier. So that's kind of my plans, 40 to 50 cords and to get into some convenience stores with the bundles.
Another question is, did you get frostbite in your beard?
Not yet. Frostbite, we haven't really had too much bad weather yet. We had some snow the other day that kind of coated the road and made a slushy mess out on the roads, but we haven't really gotten to those cold, snowy, wintry temperatures yet, but I think that's coming. So we got to get to this giveaway. The first question is, and this prize of this glass is going to go to the first person who can give me the correct answer in the chat. And the first question is, on all of my YouTube video thumbnails, there's a bald eagle. Somebody tell me why that bald eagle is on my thumbnails.
Yep.
Matt Weimer for my dad. That's right. You're the first response, and you are the winner of the glass. So yes, everybody's getting the correct answer, and so obviously you follow along, and it's a great representation of who my dad was, and it's a great feeling for me to see the bald eagles flying over the woodyard when I'm over there.
And someone asked if you can purchase the glasses.
Can you purchase the glasses? I haven't really given that any thought yet. Who asked that?
Let me see here. Chris Bishop.
Chris Bishop. Can you purchase the glasses? I think that I'll make that an option if people are interested. I will certainly make those available. I've only got a few of them here tonight to give away, but I can certainly get more. So if anybody's interested in that, shoot me an email, firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com, and I'll figure out what they cost. And I'm not gonna mark them up or anything. I'll sell them to you for exactly what I'm getting them for. So that's good. Matt, cheers for being the winner tonight, and we'll get this to you soon. If you're a winner here tonight, make sure Taylor's keeping track. She's got a list over here. Stand by. We got Rolando Guzman. I do appreciate your channel. Inspired me to start splitting wood. Thanks for answering my emails. That's no problem. I certainly appreciate the super chat there. I do try to respond to all emails and respond to all comments. I know when I was first getting started with this YouTube thing, I was inspired by a lot of other channels, and some of them I reached out to, and they got back to me. They helped me along the way. They answered my questions. I never had anybody, respond negatively to me, but I did have a couple people that I reached out to that I just never heard back from. They never responded. They never gave me any insight. So, that's what it is. I try to respond to everything. This is a great community, and I try to interact with everybody. Who's that from London? Hi, Brad and family. Greetings from London. Well, thank you so much. I don't know what time it is there, but I appreciate you being here. That's awesome. All right. So, a couple things. I got a whole list of stuff that I want to go through. We'll interact with the questions, and I'll interact. But I think what I'm going to do moving forward, if this live stream thing is working out, is I'm going to do one live stream a month. And it's going to be called Thirsty Thursdays. And it's going to be on a Thursday because we all know where we are on Friday night. We're all over at Outside with Shives on Sunday night. So I think Thursdays is going to be called Thirsty Thursdays. I'll do it once a month and see how that works out. Life in the 906, how you doing, my friend? I appreciate you being here. If you're just joining us, I'm getting used to this live stream, trying to keep up with the chat thing, so I know I'm not doing too well, but let's get into some of my topics here. First of all, I want to thank everybody for a great year. When I started this YouTube thing, you all know how appreciative I am of it, and I never expected it to get to this point, but it's because of everybody that's here in this chat tonight. 123 of you right now. That's amazing. So I just want to make sure that I relayed that. I'm super thankful. I'm staying humble, and I want to keep doing what I did when I started this, because you all know the reasons why I'm doing it. I made a whole video on that, and I'm going to stay true to that. But what have I learned through this year? Few things. I never have enough wood. Hard work still pays off. Unfortunately, in this country right now, there's a lot of people who just choose not to work, and I guess they don't have to. But I think for your psyche, for your mental state, and for your overall health, I think, getting out there and working is something we all need to continue to do. Unfortunately, in this community, most everybody that's here has any interest in what this channel is about are all hard workers. Fuel prices. I have that written down. Hold on one second. Ontario Firewood Resource. There have been bald eagles returning to Ontario for a decade. The first time I saw them was up north. Came home to the city and heard their call. Turns out the neighbor had a pigeon scaring machine. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more bald eagles. I remember growing up as a kid, you very rarely saw them, and when you did, it was something special, and it's still something special, but I certainly see a lot more of them now than I used to. So that's pretty cool. Fuel prices. I have a question for you all tonight, and what are you all doing about fuel prices and firewood prices? Because the way I sell my bulk firewood, I include the price, include delivery in my price up to 10 miles. So, with the price of fuel going, I think it pretty much has to translate to the firewood prices. Tell me what you think in the chat. Rod Bourne, better late than never. Glad I made it. Congrats on the awesome year on YouTube, Brad. Thank you so much, Rod. I appreciate that. It's been very crazy and really good. Will Davidson with a super chat here. The hard work has helped kick sickness and has helped bring happiness back to my mind and health. Absolutely. With everything going on in the country, and if you start feeling down, I think one of the worst things that you can do is lay around and not move and not have your lungs, working. So a couple weeks back, I thought I might have had something, and I'm still not sure I didn't. But if I felt able to do something, that's what I did. I got up and kept moving, and I seemed to work through whatever it was. I guess I'll never know what it was. But, hard work still pays off. So, question, what do you think about Burrow's passing game last weekend? Is that the Ravens quarterback that was playing? Because I didn't get to watch that game. I know they had they had to bring in a third quarterback, but I'm not sure who that is. Firewood is big volume and weight, so charge up to cover fuel. Yep. Yeah, I think we got to do that. Hey, there's Michelle. Good evening, Michelle. Glad you could make it. Colleen's here. Todd Lacey's here. Bro is the Bengals quarterback. Gotcha. So I didn't get to watch that game, but I did get more free tickets to 525 yards against the Ravens. Yeah, it's been pretty bad the last few weeks, and I wasn't really a football fan for the last few years, but my son Brady has really gotten into football and is very interested in football. So, the experience for him to go to the stadium and see all that was really good for him. So I got tickets actually to this weekend's game against St. Louis Rams. I think they're playing. So we'll be there again this weekend. In Joe's Firewood videos, he says he's sending his excess fuel prices to devote Biden worshipers like Tom Waldo. Here we go. A little banter back and forth, Tom. I'm not going to get in the middle of that. You can have at it. So, while we're talking about the saws, somebody just commented about saws. Been using the 360, the 660 clone saw, the 261. And actually, let me show you something here. Since I've had pretty good success with the 660, I got something else here in a box that I haven't even started yet, but eventually this is going to be a clone 460. So I don't know if that'll work out as good as a 660, but I figured it was worth a shot, and it's fun. I enjoy learning and building them saws. Even if it doesn't work out, I think you can still learn a lot from it. So we're going to get to another prize here. We'll do another question and another trivia question. And first one that answers correctly is going to win this prize. And we got a safety helmet, brand new Oregon safety helmet, ear protection, face protection, and head protection. So I don't know if any of you can use this, but if this is something you think you might want to use, then hopefully you know the answer to this next question. What was the title of yesterday's video? It's probably going to take you all a second to get this, but if you can tell me what the title of yesterday's video was, you'll win this prize. Richie's Outdoors, what is your favorite saw to use? Well, I got to be honest with you. I've got two reasons.
Brad 6 got it.
Brad 6, making logs into little logs. That's pretty much it. Making big logs into little logs. So we'll give you that one. Make sure you send an email to me, firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com, and I will send that right out to you. We'll get it lined up. So where was I? The favorite saw. So the 261 is so light and maneuverable, and I feel like I can run that saw all day. But the 660 is just so powerful and so much fun to run. Sometimes I pick that saw up when I don't really need to. And, it's heavy after running it a while. You can't run that saw all day, but it's certainly a powerful saw. I don't have experience with the 500i yet, but I would love to get my hands on that and run one of those just to see what all the hype's all about. Guess who just walked in the door? The wife, Valerie, just came in. So everybody say hi to Valerie. She's stopping in. She's got her drink with her tonight.
Hi, everybody.
So she was just with my boy at baseball practice. They're doing winter clinics right now. And so she just got home, and everybody say cheers.
Cheers.
To that. All right, I think I missed a question back here, Taylor. Did you see anything go by that I missed?
No, I haven't seen any. No.
Okay. Everybody saying hi there, Val.
Is everybody having a drink with us?
Everybody wants to drink. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Wife and daughter must be related. They look a lot alike.
Aw.
Ben,
love that.
she's heard that the last couple weeks, probably 3 or 4 times. And when Taylor was younger, it always bothered her that she didn't really think that they looked alike. But as she gets older, she's certainly looking more like her mother. She's definitely not looking like her father. Oh, Will Davidson, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, cheers, Valerie.
Oh, cheers.
Thank you so much. Ontario Firewood Resource says the 261 is like a home saw that acts like a bucking saw. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the thing is super powerful, but it's the weight to power ratio is so good. I think it's just a saw that is nice to have around. Question, how did you get so lucky to get a wife like Valerie? Well, we could go on all night about that, I tell you, because I don't deserve her at all. I certainly haven't been the perfect husband from when we were young. I certainly haven't given her the time and the effort in the beginning that I should, but she is a very, very good woman. She's humble, she's kind, her ethics are over the top. She's just a very, very good person, a wonderful mother to the kids, and you're right, I'm super lucky. So he must have arrested her, Todd Lacey said. No, I definitely didn't arrest her.
I like that one.
She said she likes that one. Congratulations, Brad and the family, for the big milestone. Keep up the great work and videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, Chuck, I see your comment there. I know about a good woman. Deb is awesome. I hope you're healing up well, Chuck. I hope you're progressing well, and your wife has certainly stepped up to the plate and taking care of you while you've been down and out. She might be just taking over that whole business eventually, because she's got that sawmill down and she's taking care of everything. So she's doing a really great job. And Deb's been great helping to take care of Chuck while he's under the weather and healing up. Todd, you should have been a cop. Well, I can tell you should have been a cop 25 years ago, because it was really, really good back then. But things have certainly changed. And, I tell people that, the young guys that are coming on the job now, they don't understand how it used to be, So this is what they know, and this is still good for them. So it's a great thing that we have a new generation of police officers coming. And, the older guys like myself, not that I'm old, but I've been there a while and I remember how it used to be. It's been a hard transition for us to see where it came from and what it's become. So I think the new generation that don't have any knowledge of how things used to be, this is just normal for them. And hopefully moving forward, things get back on track. Val's heading out. She wants to tell everybody goodbye. She's heading back to the house.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming tonight.
So I didn't think she was going to pop in here tonight, but I'm pleasantly surprised that she did. So we're going to get to another question, Taylor says. She's keeping me on track because we've got so many prizes to get to. She's picking the prizes, so we'll see what's next. And since we're talking about police work, we're going to do this. And the winner of this prize, well, first of all, let me tell you about what this prize means to me. What I'm about to show you is something that I believe should be done hand to hand. Back 40 Firewood with a super chat. Does your glass need a refill? Congrats again on 1 year and all you've done with your channel. Dan, I think I owe a lot of this to you, because you are, earlier when I was talking about channels that responded to me and helped me out, you were one of the main ones that, no matter how silly my question was, and I actually looked back at some of my messages and emails a few weeks ago, and a lot of the questions that I was asking were certainly silly, but no matter how silly they were, you always answered, and that's why you lead this community as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, back to the prize. I believe this prize should be given hand to hand. It's something that the military does. It's something that police do. It's something that some fire departments do. But based on what you've all done for me personally and through YouTube, I feel like that whoever wins this, no matter who it is on here, is worthy of this prize. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a challenge coin. And this is the challenge coin of my unit that I retired from, and a patch from the department that I retired from. And whoever wins this, I would love to shake your hand and give it to you in person, but this is the next best thing. And if you can answer this question and you're the first to comment, you win it. So the question is, it's two parts. What department did I retire from, and what unit did I retire from? So here we go. Yep, Daniel Atkins, he agrees. I mean, he knows he's on the Friday night live streams every night as well. And
Matthew Weimer again.
Matthew Weimer again, Maryland State Police Motor Unit. There you go. Joe's Firewood videos with a super chat. JPF is kicking, and so is Firewood at the furnace. Joe, I appreciate that. And hey, while we're talking about Joe, if you watch his channel or channels, make sure you go over to his channels because he puts videos out all the time and does a whole lot of live streams. But his brother, the king of Firewood that they call him, today is his birthday. So if you know Joe, even if you don't know Joe, and his brother, the king of Firewood, wish them a happy birthday. So make sure you tell your brother happy birthday today, Joe. Any questions that we missed there, Taylor?
No.
All right. So let's move on to the next topic, and we're going to talk about splitters and this outfeed table that I have problems with. If you watch this week's video, the company is supposed to be sending me one. They're going to try to manufacture one and have me test it out. They've made a couple of them, and we'll see what happens when it gets here. When that table gets here, I don't know if it's going to need modifications or whatever, but they're willing to work with me and take care of whatever I need. So I know a lot of you have reached out to me offering to help, and I've got your names in the back of my mind and in my email. So if this doesn't work out, I'm totally ready to reach out and get this done because it's been too long and I'm tired of fighting with it. Senior Firewood Homestead Larry Hoddle, take care. He says he has to go. Just had eye surgery. Well, I hope you heal up quickly, my friend. You've had a busy couple months here. Him and his wife both just got over COVID a little while back. They were both in the hospital, and I'm certainly glad to see them back hard at work again. And I hope you heal up well, Larry. Have a great night. Take care, and I know we'll be talking. I missed a question back there, Taylor. Did you see it?
No.
Let me scroll back here and look. I know I missed one.
Oh yeah, Brad, are you planning on a firewood stand in the future?
A firewood stand in the future. So I've given a lot of thought to that, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it because I'm concerned about theft. I know a lot of people deal with theft, and I guess you don't know until you try it. And there's another super chat. Ontario Firewood Resource, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Cheers to you. It's about time for a refill. But this time of year especially, I think if people are going to steal firewood, they probably have a genuine need for it. And maybe they're using it to keep warm. Maybe they don't have the means to afford to heat their home. I don't know.
Another question. How are you liking the clone saw? I just picked one up. Can't wait to try it out this weekend.
I love the clone saw. So far, it's been great. I think if you're going to purchase a clone saw and you're going to build one, if you're buying the blue saw that's already built, I don't know anything about them. But I bought the box of parts, and I did a lot of research, watched a lot of YouTube videos, bought the proper tools, to measure squish and to do vacuum test leaks and intake leaks, and I took my time building it. And Shive had 11 bags stolen, put up cameras, and it's all been good since. I'd be curious to know what kind of cameras you're using. Are they Wi-Fi cameras? Are they wired, or how do they work? Because I'm not really, where I would put my stand is not in a place where I could have electricity to it.
Another question. Are we going to see more of your splitter in the new year?
Yes, you're going to see a lot more of the splitter in the new year. Actually, probably next Wednesday's video, you'll see the splitter working because we got a lot of wood bucked up, as you saw in yesterday's video, and it's all got to get split. So you're definitely going to be seeing more of that. Wi-Fi. Okay, Shive's got Wi-Fi. Email me a link to what you're using and how far away it is from your house. Because I think it's definitely something. Trail cameras is a good idea. Just got to put them somewhere where they can't be ripped down or torn down. I guess if you boxed them in and made them into your stand, that might work. So that's a good idea, trail cameras. Yeah, so Dan just said it's bottom of the hour. It's time for round 2. Here we go. Dan, when you pour your bourbon, I don't recommend you pour it that heavy. But hey, I can handle it. It's not Buffalo Trace though. Cheers to bottom of the hour. Taylor says it's time for another giveaway. What are we giving away now?
A beanie. Firewood Performance beanie.
Oh, beanie hat. It's winter time, and we got a beanie hats. So you haven't seen these yet, but we're going to give this away. And if you watched the last couple of videos, then you'll be able to answer this question. What am I using to cover my firewood stacks with this year? I switched it up from what I was using last year, and I'm trying something different. Round 2 from Shive. Woo! Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Another super chat from Shive.
The first one was Will Davidson. He said 10.
Will Davidson. That's a good answer. So, Will Davidson, you're the winner. And send me an email, firewoodatthefurnace@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to send that hat to you. So, yep, everybody's got the right answer. I tell you, you guys are on the ball. You don't just skip through those videos, you actually watch them. And Bill's got a question. Brad, where are you finding the saw kits? So if you go online to hutzl.com, I think it's HUTZL.com or farmertech.com, it'll take you to the site where you can purchase the kits. But I will caution you, you should try to find someone who has the saws in stock here in the U.S. If you're from this country, you should try to find one, because otherwise they get shipped from China and they take forever. I'm like 8, 10, 12 weeks to get here. This saw here, the one I'm getting ready to put together, came from New Jersey. So I don't have the actual website that I found it on, but Hutzl, HUTZL.com or farmertech.com. It's farmertech like that.
Another question is, what are your customers more concerned with? Species of wood being delivered or moisture content?
Who asked that question?
Poppy Monroe.
All right. So I think most of my customers are more concerned with having good, dry, seasoned wood than they are about what kind of wood it is. I know there's some people out there that think oak is the only firewood that you can burn. And that's fine. You know, if that's all you know, that's all you know. But I use it as an opportunity to, educate people. I talk to them, find out what they're using the wood for, whether they're burning it for ambiance or burning it for their primary heat source or burning it in an outside fire pit. And I tell you, locust, I think, is better than oak as far as BTUs go. It takes just as long, if not longer, to season and dry. I love cherry. Cherry is a great wood. Of course, ash. There's an abundance of ash around here just because of the ash-boring beetle. Pennsylvania and Maryland is just full of standing dead ash trees. And it dries so quickly. That's good to use for recreational wood or heating wood. But, I sell walnut, cherry, maple, ash, oak, locust. The only thing I don't take is pine. And not that pine's not good. The way I look at it is that every species of wood takes the same amount of effort to process. You got to bucket, you got to split it. And for me, I stack it. And, if I'm going to spend that time, pine is just not something that I'm dealing with. I just use primarily all hardwoods. That way I know what I have.
Another question is, how many bikes do you have in your garage?
All right, how many bikes do I have? I thought that question might come up. Right now there is 4 bikes in here. It was pretty crowded in here when I was still on the job because I had the police motorcycle in here as well. But right now there's 4. I've got a 2010 Ultra Limited. That's my kind of my long distance bike. Val and I like to travel to Ocean City, Maryland for Bike Week. We've been to Myrtle Beach Bike Week a couple times, and so that's the long haul bike. Then I've got a 1998 Harley Softail, and that's got the Evo motor on it. Still a carbureted engine, no fuel injection, no electronics, easy to work on. And that's my beat around town bike. There's a 2008 Honda Rebel that I tore apart and turned into like a little old school bobber type thing. Wide white wall tires, stuff like that. That's Val's bike. That's what she rides. And then I bought and kind of restored a 1971 FLH shovel head kickstart 4-speed. And that's my not go too far bike. Those old bikes were built pretty sloppy and they're pretty noisy. I mean, the engine set just sounds like it's going to come apart, but that's how they are. That's how they were built. And it's a pretty cool old bike. Gets a lot of attention when I go out.
There's 2 questions going along with this. What is your favorite bike, and do you do the OC Hot Rod Weekend?
So my favorite bike is probably the Softail, just because it's kind of the cool bar hopper type bike, if you will. It's got I've pretty much chromed out everything you can: brake calipers, lower legs, all the suspension, drag bars, got the billet headlight on it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite bike. And as far as the Hot Rod Week goes, when I was still on the job working with the motor unit, we would go down there to supplement Ocean City Police Department, just for an extra police presence. It wasn't so much to, go down and write tickets as much as it was just to let people know we were there, just because the amount of traffic and the amount of people. You certainly don't want your classic car that you've got more money in than it's worth to be hit or crashed. And I tell you what, those guys down there at Hot Rod Week, super respectful. They worked for they work for what they have. They put care into what they have, and they respect what they have because they worked for it, and they're proud of what they had. So those guys were always super respectful to us, and we of course returned the favor. But my boy loves to go down there and look at the classic cars, so we probably will still drive down there, even though I'm retired.
The question is, have your kids squared you yet onto an ATV or dirt bikes? Stan Nelson asked that.
Well, Stan, they've had go-karts. They both have go-karts. They had the little mini Chinese four-wheelers when they were a lot younger.
We drive the golf cart around.
Yeah, we've got a golf cart that we use that we take camping, and they like to drive it around the yard and around the neighborhood. Hey, there's Ted. How you doing, bud? Glad you could make it. How you doing? But yeah, they drive the golf cart around. They haven't really got into dirt bikes, but they do ride my four-wheeler around when we're over at the wood yard. They like to take it out and around the field and stuff like that. So they're both super into ball right now. Baseball and softball is what our life revolves around, even through the winter. They've got clinics, and then, of course, tournaments through the spring and the fall.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Not yet. Do you want to do another giveaway?
Sure. It's about that time, isn't it?
Yep. Let's do this. Let's do a hoodie.
We're gonna do a hooded sweatshirt. Now listen, I've got my sweatshirts are online now at Bonfire, and if you go in the description of my last video, I have the link. So I've got a few extra shirts here at the house that I need to get rid of. So the sizes are limited. I've got 2 larges and I've got 2 extra larges. So I apologize if that's not your size, but that's what I've got left, and that's what we're giving away tonight. And the question is, So if you win, you get your choice of large or extra large. But the question is, what do I currently charge for my bundles, my campfire bundles? How much money am I charging for that? And there's going to be a follow-up question to this once we get a winner.
Will Davidson.
Will Davidson, on the money, $5. Congratulations. You got it. And now the following question is, if you're watching my videos and you see the size of my bundles, Bill just said not enough. And I think he's right. That's funny, because that leads right into what this is and what should I be charging. Now, a realistic price. What should I really be charging for these bundles? A cubic foot of wood. Actually, it's a little over. But what's the consensus on what I should charge?
I see a lot of $10.
7, 9, 10,
9.
7. Yeah, so I think that's probably what I'm thinking about doing. The problem with that for me is that a lot of the bundle sales that I do are like hand-to-hand cash friends. People come pick them up, and $5 is just a good even number to where you don't have to make change for people. So that's been my only reservation to the prices of the bundles, because it's the best deal in town right now, by far. And I know that I need to change it. 3 for $20, that's a good idea. Kenneth says 3 for $20. So that's right around $7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll make a note of that. That's a good idea as well.
I'll write that down.
All right. So the firewood bundler. I've been looking at some firewood bundlers, but they're pretty expensive, and I was wondering, for you guys that have them, should I get a manual hand crank one, or should I get a electric or gasoline powered one? Now, I'm kind of going against the electric because of where the wood yard is and where I'm making them. I don't feel like running cords all the way down through there. So thinking, if you have the hand crank one, does that work okay? Or I see Glenn says the Hudson manual. I was actually just looking at that one today. So do you have that one, and have you had any problems with it? Andrew and Samantha Madison want to know how many miles are on the dually. So that's a 2005 Dodge 3500. I just turned over 50,000 miles. So that truck is 16 years old and just turned over 50,000 miles. So it's a very low mileage diesel truck. And the reason it's got such low miles is because obviously I had a police car in the driveway that I drove for work. And for 8 years, I was the assistant fire chief of the local volunteer fire company, and I had a fire department car here in the driveway. So when I was off work, unless I was pulling the boat or the camper, I really didn't drive my truck too much. So now that I'm retired and I'm not the assistant fire chief anymore, I drive the truck a lot more, so the miles are adding up a little bit quicker. So
A question I've seen twice is, have you thought about marketing to the smoker community?
So the smoker community, I just got my first load of hickory a few weeks back from the tree service. And I know hickory's a good smoking wood. I've had people reach out to me about cherry for smoking. But other than cherry and now this load of hickory, I really don't have a whole lot of smoking wood. I don't see any mesquite. I don't see any fruit trees other than the cherry. So I'm not sure if I would be able to handle a market for that. Shive, John's Welding, I think that's the one that Brad over at Nelson Ridge Farm got, and I've been checking his out. So that's another one that's on the table. So I'm definitely looking at those as well. Taylor says it's time for another giveaway. Brad, your truck is what mine should look like. Mine is the ugly twin.
And then after this, it brings us to another question about this question.
Get me that. So we're going to give away a baseball hat this time. And the question will be, we were just talking about my truck. So the question is going to be, and this goes back a long ways to one of my first few videos. I think it was like the second or third video. What is the nickname of my truck? I told you all that I have a nickname for my truck, and if you can remember that far back, we'll send you a hat. Shibes, Dullius,
Bill
Hunter.
Irwin.
Oh, wow. Bill was quick on that. Good job, Bill. Yep, Big D. So I don't know if that means Big Dodge or Big Diesel, but Big D is the nickname for my truck. So this is your hat. It'll be coming to you. Shoot me an email, and we'll get that out to you.
And then someone had a question on how your dump trailer is doing.
The dump trailer is doing absolutely amazing. I don't know what I would have done had I not bought that dump trailer. And that was a tough decision for me to try to purchase that, because, you know, that's a big chunk of money. And I'm still just getting started. But after this year of sales, delivering 1 cord, 2 cord, 3 cords to customers, had I had to load all that by hand and then unload it all by hand, man, I'm not sure if I would have been happy with that or not. So the dump trailer came just in time, and it's doing really well. I've had 0 problems with it. The floor's holding up well. I do have a couple of dings in the sides from the tree service loading the logs, you know, dropping them in with the skid loader and the gravel. I see Brad saying he's in the same debate about a dump trailer. If you're selling wood, and you can make it happen, I tell you, it's definitely worthwhile. So we'll give away another prize on that note. What brand dump trailer did I buy? What's the brand name? And I'll send you a couple pair of Nemesis safety glasses. It's a clear pair of clears and a pair of sunglasses, safety glasses that you should all be wearing when you're cutting wood, right?
Roselle Campbell.
Roselle Campbell, Kaufman, on the money, first one in. Thank you so much. I tell you, I'm surprised. I thought I was going to have to give clues to some of these questions. But you guys are on it. Send me an email. We'll get that out to you. All right. So the next thing that I had written down that I wanted to ask you all about is, what do you think about the way I'm stacking my wood this year? Instead of doing the crisscrosses, I'm doing the pallet dividers. Chris over in the wood yard is doing that now too. And I think some of you gave me recommendations for my metal roofing to cover the tops, to screw the metal roofing right down to those pallets that are dividing. So I think that's going to work out good. But I think the pallet dividers are definitely better than stacking. I actually had a couple stacks fall last year, because as that wood dries, it does move. It shrinks and it settles, it moves. I went over a couple times and it's embarrassing. I don't think I showed it on a video. I don't think I was recording the day that I found them, but you go over there and you look, you're like, gosh, I got to stack that wood again. As if I don't handle the wood enough, right? I had to handle it again. But cheap solar panel and battery power source solved, no cords needed. Solar panel for, are you talking about for the bundler? Or are you talking about for a camera for the wood stand? I'm not sure. But anyway, going off of that, the way I'm stacking my wood, do you think I should, since I'm using the 4-foot pallets and I leave that great big gap in the middle, do you think I should put three rows and have a full cord in each section, or do you think it'll dry better and season better with the air gap in the middle? A couple of people have commented and told me that it's not going to make that big of a difference to stack 3 wide. Has anybody ever tested that to see, if it really makes a difference or not? I've been wanting to test that and see if that really makes a difference or not. A lot of you are saying yes, 3 rows.
Someone said, do you see a skid steer or a tractor or a dingo in your future?
Oh my gosh, yes, I do, but I don't know how I can justify it. a skid steer or a tractor in my future.
Or a dingo.
Or a dingo. Well, you guys see the dingo that the tree service uses, and that thing, it's amazing what that little thing can do. When I first saw it, I was like, what is that little thing? Like, what is that going to do? That's not going to pick them logs up and load, but I guess we'll see. But it does really good. It's impressive.
What do you recommend to learn the type of wood species and how much time it is taking to be fully seasoned?
Hold on to that question because I want to finish this tractor thing. We've got a Mahindra dealer that's nearby, and I actually did stop in and talk to him with no intention on buying anything or financing anything like that. But right before Christmas, I did stop in and talk to the Mahindra dealer and got some measurements. Because hey, there's Chris in the wood yard. Hello, my friend. Surprised to see you here. Thanks so much for joining us. I was just talking about you with your pallet dividers that I'm doing now too. But back to the tractor, I want to make sure that if and when I ever do decide to buy one, that it will fit inside my 14-foot dump trailer. And the Mahindra tractors have a really good lifting capacity compared to other brands. And they're a local dealer, so if and when I ever do decide to purchase one, that's probably what I'll get. I won't leave you in suspense like my buddy Chris did about what color tractor he's going to purchase if you follow along with that. But I would like to have a tractor, and as I get older and as I get more wood and as I sell more wood, that's a decision that eventually I'm going to have to make. But like we all say, work slow. Build your business up slow. Don't buy everything up front and then be in debt. Slowly build it, and I feel like it'll come when it's time for it to come. So that's advice that I learned from you all on YouTube as well. Chuck, tractor and a grapple. Yep. It would make I'd be doing a lot less bending over. All right. Taylor says it's time for another question. She's keeping me. Jeff Stacy, you have Mahindra tractors. What can you tell me about them? I think they have Mitsubishi engines, and the reviews seem to be good. The Coyote, Shive says, has the best lifting force. They do. They're one of the better ones as far as lifting capacity goes, but we don't have a Coyote dealer around here. Work hard, work fast, spend slow. Daniel, that's great advice. Yep. So we're going to give away another whiskey glass. I'll tell you, this is what I'm most excited about. I won't open it up. You guys see the one I'm drinking from. But these whiskey glasses, I hope you all enjoy them. But we're going to give away another whiskey glass, and the question is, somebody tell me the reason and what the channel name means. Why is it called Firewood at the Furnace? And you don't have to be super specific, but maybe give me as much detail as you can. Firewood at the Furnace, I think, was the appropriate name for the channel. And if you can tell me why. There you go. Iron and Oak Sawmill. Chuck, the furnace near your house. Yes, sir. Principio Furnace. Goes way back to the 1800s. They made munitions for the War of 1812. And there's a lot of history right there. I kind of teased you today. If you follow me on Facebook, which you should, go over to my Facebook page, Firewood at the Furnace, and make sure you like and follow that page. I kind of teased this question tonight. Earlier today, when I posted the picture of me and the family last winter, when there was a nice snow blanket on the ground, standing in front of the actual furnace that still stands down there. So I kind of teased that question. So Chuck, get in touch with me, my friend, and we'll send you a whiskey glass. All right, where are we at? What time is it? 8:52. We've been almost an hour already. So another question that I have, you're welcome, Chuck. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I'm hoping to get over to your place soon. Me and Shive and Darren over at Woodruff Woods. Is he here tonight? I don't think I've seen him in here. But we're hoping to get over to your place and make a couple videos over there and check out your operation when you get all healed up and you feel like you're ready. If we can line up a date, I will certainly clear my schedule for that. It's 2 a.m. in Wales, UK. Mystery Gardener. Wow, my friend, thank you so much for being here. Wow. 2 o'clock in the morning. Circle B grew up in Virginia, and there are a few furnaces sprinkled around the state yet. And so they're still standing, a few of them, and they are certainly historical landmarks. I remember when I was a kid, I would go down to the furnace and kind of play around down there when it was a Christmas tree farm. And if you would dig in the dirt, you could find old iron slag that I thought were rocks, but they were super shiny and polished and just, I guess, remnants of the smoldering of the old iron furnace. And, beautiful colors, grays and blues and blacks, and it like all swirled in there like a marble type look. I remember being a kid and going down there and looking at those. Is Ken here too? I see Chris is saying Ken says woo. Woo! So if Chris's brother Ken's here, how you doing, my friend? Glad to see you here as well.
There's a question. Kevin Mason asked, do you think you'll ever make 2 videos a week?
Oh gosh, that's actually on my list here. So I've got pros and cons to making 2 videos a week. Do I think I can keep up with 2 videos a week? I think I can. Do I think my content would suffer? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. But my main reservation is, will you all get sick of watching my videos if they're out 2 times a week? I feel like right now everybody says they look forward to Wednesdays. They look forward to when the new videos come out. And not that I want to leave you all in suspense, but I just feel like I don't want to burn you out from looking at this mug. You know what I mean? Chris is telling me to do more videos, and it looks like everybody's saying to do more. So maybe I'll do that. I haven't really decided yet, but okay, everybody wants more videos. All right, so maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution. Maybe we'll do more videos after the new year. So we're a little over an hour now. How many prizes do we have left to give?
8.
We've got 8 more prizes to give. The beard never gets old. It's righteous. I tell you, I've said this many times before, but I'll say it again for anybody that hasn't seen it or hasn't heard me say it. The beard, I had to shave. So I started with the state police, the process of getting hired by them when I was 18 years old. I was in the gym every day. I was running every day. I was clean cut, short hair when I still had hair. And ever since I was able to grow facial hair, I've had to shave. I started as a cadet working at the truck weigh station, alongside of a trooper. And every day, shaving my face, shaving my face, shaving my face. And when I was in the police academy, you weren't allowed to have even a little bit of stubble. I was shaving so much, my face was all broke out, and I had red bumps all over me. So all through my career, I've had to shave. I had vacations. I would take off for vacation in the summertime where I'd be off for 8 or 10, 12 days, and I would never shave, and I grow a little bit of stubble. And I always said that when I retire, I'm never shaving again. And I don't know if that's going to hold true, because I don't know how this is going to make me feel, or in the summertime, if it's going to be too hot, or when I'm riding the motorcycle, I'm just going to spread sideways and part the seas. But I'm definitely going to let it go. And genetics is going to dictate, how big it gets and how long it gets. But that's the reason for the beard. It definitely makes me look older. I know I look like an old man. My wife has even said I look like an old man. When it was first coming in, it was in that awkward stage where it was kind of in between. She was not a fan. But now that it's starting to come in and grow fuller, it's she likes it a lot more. Shive just shaved his mustache off. He's serving our country, so I don't think he's allowed to have a beard either. If you don't know Shive, he serves our country, and we should all thank him for that. I'm very, very thankful and respect our military 100%. So we got to get to some more prizes. What we got next, Taylor?
Let's do another beanie.
We're going to do another beanie? What questions we got?
I think we should do this one.
All right, that's a good one. What is my mom's and Taylor's tradition at Christmas time?
What do we make?
Yeah, what do we make? What do they make at Christmas time? That's a tradition that only my daughter and my mom do together. Nothing yet. Couple answers. Okay, TB. TV's got it. It's stone toppers. It's grave mounds, but yes, that's the correct answer. So TB, send me an email, and I will send this beanie hat out to you. Thank you so much.
Do you want to do another one?
So that video, I tell you something about YouTube, and I don't know if you other creators find this or not, but the videos that I think are going to do really well don't. But the videos that I think, they're just average or another day, another video, they do super. So I don't think that you can really predict what your videos are going to do. That video that we made a few weeks ago right before Christmas where I showed Taylor and my mom making the grave mounds, and then my Aunt Sarah gave the tour of the mansion, I thought that video was going to do really well, but it actually didn't. So, yeah, that's the answer to that question. So, TB, thank you so much. And we'll move on to our next question. What's the prize?
A hoodie.
We gave away one hoodie. Did he say what size he wanted?
No, he never.
Who won that
said.
prize, the first hoodie?
Let me see. Will Davidson.
Will Davidson, what size hoodie did you want so we can keep track? You've got your choice of large or extra large. So throw that in the chat. I apologize we didn't get that from you the first time. Before we give away this next one.
Large.
Large, it's in the email. Okay, so
we
still have one large and two extra larges left, a hooded sweatshirt. And the question is, who is the caretaker of Principio Furnace? So we know that the reason for the channel name is because of the historical property behind where the woodyard is. Here we go. Aunt Corey Runkle says my aunt. Aunt Sarah Kalinda, that's the correct answer. So, Corey, throw in the chat there what size you would like, large or extra large. Here you go.
Thank you.
I haven't seen him respond to that yet, but
No.
he'll have his choice. Extra large, he says.
Extra large.
All right, very good. So we've still got one of each left, right?
Yup.
Let's move into another sweatshirt.
All right.
Taylor, you want to read this next question?
Sure. What kind of log splitter did he recently purchase?
So this is for another hooded sweatshirt, and you still have your choice of large or extra large. What kind of what kind of log splitter did I recently
Corey
purchase?
Kelly.
Corey Kelly?
Yeah.
Yep, ram splitter. You got it. Very good. Yeah, I got a good deal on that. So it's probably not the one that I would have picked if I was going to buy a brand new splitter, but it was certainly an upgrade from what I had. So the deal was right. I feel like things happen for a reason, and that's how it worked out. We're almost ready for another refill. We're way over the time where I thought we would be.
All right.
Still got 151 people in here, though. You can probably see in my eyes, I'm starting to feel the bourbon. But I had to do something to knock the edge off. I tell you what, I don't know if I was nervous leading into this. Yeah, Shibe, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, in the back of my mind before I bought that splitter, I was thinking that if and when I ever did upgrade, it was probably going to be a rugged made like you have. Because they look really good and they're affordable, obviously. I think you should grade these responses on a curve for those of us that live in the sticks that have lag time in our internet. Oh, man, I apologize for that. Hey, Oh, okay. Will you please stand up before you end the video? All right, I guess I'm standing up.
Yep.
My back's hurting anyway, so I guess I'll stand up. Let me raise the camera up here. All right, there we go. I don't know why I need to stand up, but here I am. So,
You want me to do another question?
yep, we got to do another question because
All right.
we're way over time here. We've got to wrap this thing up.
You want me to read it?
Yep, you can read it.
Where is his wood yard located?
Where is my wood yard located? There, Will Davidson with another super chat. Glad we are still going strong. Overtime. It definitely is overtime. So this is the
Corey Runkle again.
Corey Runkle, my mom's house. Yep. So that's where I grew up. That's right next door to Principio Furnace, and that's 1985. My dad built that house, and so I would have been 7 years old at that time. And I grew up there, played in those woods, and rode my little four-wheeler around that field. And it's very sentimental. That property is very sentimental to me. My grandfather lives there. My aunts and uncles live there. Joseph Gilbert, what are you doing, my friend? You're on the money. You're right up in my driveway. I do got to get a better chair. You're right. I'm sitting on a workbench. It's sitting on a stool at my workbench. All right. You can sit now, Brad. You passed. What was I being tested on, Todd?
Oh, okay.
Did you see why I had to stand up?
No, but I think I know.
Why?
See if you drank too much or not. See
Oh,
if you could stand up.
is that why? Okay. All right. Sobriety test, Chuck said. I think I'm still good. We're all still having fun. There's 160 people in here still. You can always put hair ties in your beard when it gets in your way. I used to put hair ties in my goatee when I used to weld because I caught it on fire from a spark. Oh, gosh. You know what? As long as it takes to grow a beard, I think I read somewhere that it grows like 1/8 of an inch a month. If that happened to me, I would probably be devastated. Now Brad should lay down now. Chris wants me to lay down now. You're funny. No stagger yet. Hit them likes. Thank you, Kickstand Outdoors. Please hit them likes. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. If I fall down, it's a long fall.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it's on a concrete floor. So,
We
all right,
have,
what's the next prize?
the next prize, let's do a whiskey glass.
We're cleaning out the table here. We've got a few left. Push-ups. I can do push-ups, Chris. How many do you want me to do? I did 130 in a minute when I tried out for the state police. I can't do that many anymore. I don't
Okay.
know why I keep opening this box. I've already got one open.
So this question might be one we've already answered on the live.
Mr. Gardner, you're off to bed. Take care, my friend. Thanks for being here. Good night, Irene. That's Chris's line, not mine. So I don't want to steal that from him. So I hope thanks for coming. Thanks for being here, and have a great night. So the next prize is another Firewood at the Furnace whiskey glass, and the question is, what model is the newest chainsaw that I purchased? Recite the alphabet backwards, old guy. Firewood says that is not a true sobriety test. That's all
Will
fake
Davidson.
news. We got an answer?
Will Davidson.
Will Davidson, on the money, 261. Man, he's doing good tonight.
Yes.
All right. Farmer Tech, Shive said. Actually, I bought that saw before the 261. I just have not had time to build it. So I tell you what, give Shive a beanie.
Okay.
Because that was something that I did not take into consideration when I made that question. Because if you were just joining on the live stream, I just now introduced that saw to everybody. So technically that would be my newest saw as far as they're concerned.
All right.
So Shive, you get a beanie. We got 2 more prizes left. What size shirt we have left, Taylor?
We have a large shirt left.
We have a large hooded sweatshirt left. So that'll be the next prize. I need to know, what size is it?
Large.
A large hooded sweatshirt. So if you don't have a use for a large hooded sweatshirt, maybe give some other people a chance. But if you do, if your wife, child, friends can wear a large, then here's the question. What day of the week and what time do my new videos post? Andrew and Samantha Madison, let's guess Brad's shoe size. Oh man, you're on the money. You said 13, that's exactly right. I wear a size 13.
I don't see it yet. Yup, Ben Scholes.
Hold on, who?
Ben Scholes.
Where? I gotta make sure that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, Wednesday at 7 a.m., Ben. You're right. I think you won a prize in our last giveaway. So that's right, Ben. Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Ben had the first correct answer, so he gets the large hooded sweatshirt. I passed large in middle school. I think I did too, Gary. Or no, Michael. Michael said he passed a large in middle school. Good job, Ben. Appreciate you, my friend.
We have one prize.
We've got one prize left, and we're going to wrap things up. It's another hat. So the final question, and if you were with us in the beginning of the live stream, this should be an easy one. What is my wife's name? And after we answer this question, I'll elaborate on that a little bit.
Will Davidson.
Will Davidson, on the money with Valerie. Goodness. Lot of correct answers here.
Will Davidson has won 4 prizes tonight.
Will's on the money with 4 prizes. That'll be one big box coming to his house. So, Valerie. She is, like I told you earlier, she is definitely not, I'm not worthy of her. But this whole YouTube thing, it's so funny because when I watch Back 40 and he interviews Amanda, Valerie's a little camera shy. She doesn't really like to be on camera. She's not one to be in the limelight. She likes to be in the background. She's a caregiver. But it's funny because when we make the videos and she's in them, she always wants to know where the camera is because she wants to make sure that she's not in the picture, I guess. So I think me or Valerie and Amanda have a lot in common when it comes to that. I don't know if Dan's still here, but it's funny. And I've messaged him and told him that. But that's why I was so surprised earlier when she popped her head in here for the live. So is that all the prizes?
Yep.
All right. We're going to wrap things up tonight. I appreciate you all sticking around. There's still 160 of you in here. If I could keep going, I would. Taylor was great monitoring the chat. I thank you so much for all the moderators. Dan is still here. Thank you so much for all the moderators. Fortunately, I don't think you had much work to do tonight. I'm thankful for that. And I want to thank everyone for the super chats. I mean, that's just unbelievable. That's not even something I gave a thought to when we started doing this tonight. I just wanted to chat with everybody and answer some questions and figure out how to do this live thing. Again, I apologize that the camera situation is wrong, but we will certainly fix that on the next time. The bearded Catholic. When the beard grows too long, it does become a hazard in the wood yard, but not enough to cut it. I totally agree with that. And I also apologize for not keeping up with all the chats. There's Shive with a super chat there. Congrats, bud. Keep it up. Woo! And I'm very, very thankful. So thank you to the super chatters. Thank you to the moderators. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, Friday night, for Back 40's live stream. It's going to be New Year's Eve. I want to wish you all a happy New Year. And we will work on getting 2 videos a week for next year. I will see you all in the chat tomorrow night on New Year's Eve. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.